9 Americans, including 2 from Baldwin County, have been detained in the country of Trinidad and Tobago for 5 days. The wife of one of the men says she's been in contact with her husband, but she says she doesn't know why they're being held or when they'll be released. Fox 10 News reporter Renee Dials has been looking into this story all day. She joins us live to tell us what she's found. Renee?
Bob, I talked with a representative from Congressman Joe Bonner's office just a little while ago, and he says the Congressman and the State Department are working to resolve the issue. Laura Stanton says that's the only assurance she's received so far that anything is being done to help her husband and the other men.
He was a little on edge. And
Laura Stanton has kept her cell phone close by for the past few days. It's been her only link with her husband, Harbin Stanton Jr. She says her husband left on June 3rd on what was supposed to be a 3-week trip to deliver 3 used shrimp boats to French Guiana.
Now they left from Lafayette, Louisiana on what they thought was going to be a simple trip, taking 3 72-foot shrimp boats from Lafayette to Guyana, South America.
Stanton says the men experienced 2 storms and engine trouble on the way. Finally, they were forced to stop for fuel at Galliota Point, Trinidad. Stanton says that's when they ran into real trouble.
The Coast Guard came aboard, confiscated their passports and driver's licenses, and left them there, told them they could not leave. They did not have any fuel, so they couldn't leave anyway.
Stanton lives in Robertsdale. One of the other men on the trip is from Bon Secours. A number of used boats from this area end up in Trinidad. According to folks here in Bon Secours, there's a pretty big demand for used shrimp boats in Trinidad and French Guiana. They say the boats over there are used for longline fishing and hauling fuel. But one woman who didn't want to go on camera says it's best to stick with the main ports when sailing in that region. According to the woman who has been on similar trips, there is a 6-mile restricted area called Galliota Block. She says the boats may have wandered into that area. Stanton says she won't rest until she knows her husband is headed home. In addition to being out of fuel, the men were also out of drinking water. Ms. Stanton says she did get some good news from her husband this morning. He told her someone brought fresh water to the boats today. The Congressman representative says he's not allowed to release much information about the situation because of privacy laws, but the representative does believe the situation will be resolved soon. Bob?
Thanks, Renee. Trinidad and Tobago is a Caribbean country that is right off the coast of Venezuela. This website you're looking at is the official Chamber of Commerce website for the islands. The country is a popular vacation spot. It's also the 2nd richest country in the Caribbean, all because of its oil and natural gas industry. Trinidad and Tobago is one of the leading gas-based export centers in the world.